Well, hello, all you beautiful people. Welcome to another episode of the Peak Signing Agents podcast, where I'm helping you become the best notary, signing agent, future notary you can be. If you don't know who I am Derek Van Otten, but you can call me DVO. I am the host. If this is your first time, you can also follow me on social media at Peak Signing. It's all singular, Peak Signing. And I'm helping you become the best peak signing agent that you can be. All right, now for another episode. This episode, I'm talking about what are you going to do if you're double booked? You're double booked. What are you going to do? Especially maybe if you're newer, or maybe you don't have a lot of appointments, or you're full time. You don't have a lot of appointments for the day, and you get two requests and they're at the same time. What do you do? Because that can get frustrating. Whether you're working with signing services or you're marketing yourself direct, you don't want to say no to job offers. You want to accept as many as you can, especially when you're starting off. So I want to share with you what I recommend, what you can do, and hopefully it helps you stay busy as a signing agent and notary. Now, what if you work with signing services? Let's just make up a random time. You have an appointment at 1 o'clock, whether it's a loan signing, general notary work, whatever it is. You have an appointment at 1 o'clock, and you get another offer for 1 o'clock. What do? Well, this is my tips to you, because I want you busy. I want you to take jobs as much as you can, but I want you to be professional. I want you to be respectful, too, because sometimes there's a time set for a reason. There's a reason it's for 1 o'clock. Maybe that's the only time they're available. Maybe it's during their lunch break. They have a 30-minute lunch break. They're only available for 30 minutes. So it's got to be 1 o'clock or nothing. So that's maybe a reason. Maybe that's when they get off work. That's when they get home and they have to leave right away. They have to take their kids to piano lessons, soccer practice, whatever. They have to go. They have a meeting. You never know. So we have to tread delicately over when we are double booked. Like, what can we do? What should we say? And again, this is my opinion. I'm not saying what I'm saying is right or wrong. I'm just saying this is what I would do. Okay, so the first thing is, let's just say a signing service, and maybe you get a message, right? Maybe it's one of the big platforms and you get a text message. Are you available 1 o'clock on Monday? And you're like, oh shoot, I only have one other appointment on Monday, and it's exactly at 1 o'clock. So what do you do? What do you do in that case? If I were you, I would call the signing service if possible. If there's a possibility you can call, I would call. And just say, hey, I just got this request. I know it says 1 o'clock. I actually have an appointment at 1 o'clock. But I can either go before or after. Will that be okay? Because maybe the signing service might even have they might even know some information. Like, oh, you know what? I'm sorry, they are not. They're on their lunch break. They only have a 30-minute break, and it has to be one or nothing. Okay, great. Hey, I understand, but keep me in mind. That's how I would handle that. I totally understand. I would love to do this, but unfortunately, I'm already booked at that time. But please keep me in mind. Another thing you could say is, if you are collabing with other notaries or signing agents in your area, you can say, but may I give you a suggestion of a notary or a signing agent in the area? Maybe there's a friend that you work with. I did an episode about this. You should definitely network and build relationships with notaries in your area. There's a lot, and I have a whole episode about this, but there's a lot of great reasons. You have someone you can vent to, and you have someone you can collab with. And so that just brings, it just makes you look good to the signing service. Like, oh, hey, yeah, if you have recommendations, that'd be great. I have had that happen. I run a signing service. And so when I'm calling a notary, they say, I'm sorry, I'm just not available, but I can give you someone's name who I think is really good too. And I can look on my platform and see if I can find that person. And I can see like, oh, okay, yeah, I would love to. And now I have a referral. Hey, John, I just called Jane. She's gave me your number to say, hey, can you do a closing for me? So that's what I would do if I was working with a signing service. Let's just say you have that 1 o'clock appointment. You get a request in for, let's just say 1:30. Now it depends where it's at. Okay. If it's close, yeah, but it'd be tight. It'd be a real tight window for me to get there from the one at 1 o'clock and then be there at 1:30. It's already a 10-minute drive. So this is my recommendation. If I were you, if I was a signing agent, I would say yes to the 1:30. Again, if it's reasonable, and I'll tell you why. I would say yes. And let's say you get the offer. They say, okay, great, we're going to give it to you for the 1:30 slot. Now you should be calling to confirm, right? You're going to call the 1:30 appointment to say, hey, I'm the notary in your area. I'm just calling to introduce myself and confirm details. And they'll say, yeah, great. Do you have a quick minute? Yeah, I got a quick minute. Okay. So this is the day I'm meeting you. This is the address I'm meeting you. Is that right? And they say, yes, that's all right. Well, they told me around 1:30 is the best time for you. Is that also correct? So what I'm saying is I'm not saying 1:30 is the time. I'm saying around 1:30 is the time you're available. Is that correct? And they'll say, yes. Yeah, that is. Okay, so great. I have a 1 o'clock here. I would maybe even say the city. I have a 1 o'clock here. And when that's done, I can head over right after. It's probably like a 10-minute drive. So I should be there between 1:30 and 2. Does that work for you? That is what I say. Would that work for you? I should be there between 1:30 and 2. Does that work for you? That is what I say. And they'll say yes or no. They're going to say, yes, that works. That's totally fine. Okay, great. I'll see you between 1:30 and 2. I call this method the internet method, where you've had to probably call your internet provider and say, hey, there's an issue. I don't know if it's the modem. I don't know if it's the router. I don't know if it's your connection. I'm having internet connectivity issues. And they say, okay, great. We can come out. We'll be there Monday between 1 o'clock and 4 o'clock. They give you a 3-hour window, right? And you're like, I guess I got to be home between those hours, or else who knows if I'll miss them and I'll get my internet fixed. I'm not giving them a 3-hour window, however. I'm giving them like a 30-minute window. That's what I do. Or if it's like sometimes it's later in the evening and my client will be like, hey, can you do this 6 o'clock? I have a 6 o'clock already. So, I mean, do you think I can do it at 5 or 7? I give them alternatives. This is nothing you can do. So let's say a signing service calls you directly because they like you or they're just trying to get hold of you. Or one of your clients, if you do market and work directly, they might call you and say, can you do a 6 o'clock? I'm like, I got a 6 already. This just happened to me. I have a 6 o'clock already. I can do 5 or 7. Do you think that'll work? And they said, I think 7 will be fine. Do you want to call them? I'm like, yeah, I'd love to call them. Or they might just say, why don't you just call them and find out what works best for them? I would love to do that. Or I might even offer, I already have a 6 o'clock. I can do it definitely before or after. Do you want me to call them and just see how their availability is? That way I'm just taking that away from my client. I'm just taking one less step from them. I'll follow up with you. If it's a signing service, I'll put it in the notes. I'll send you a message. I'll put a comment. Or if it's my direct, I'll send you an email. I'll call you back. I'll let you know what works. But do you want me to contact them? So I'm not just giving them alternatives of like, hey, I'm already booked at that time. I can do before or after. I'm not just giving them alternatives. I'm saying, do you want me to do the steps? I'll take the steps. Do you want me to call them? I will be more than happy to call them and say, hey, I heard 6 o'clock is the best time for you. However, I'm already booked at 6 o'clock this evening. So I can come before or after. Would 5 or 7 be better for you? I'm not just saying, is that okay? Do you see what I'm doing there? I'm not saying, hey, borrowers, hey, signers, I already have a 6 o'clock. Is it okay if I come before, or is it okay if I come after? I'm not asking them if it's okay. I'm giving them just 2 choices. I can come before at 5 o'clock, or I can come after at 7 o'clock. Which do you prefer? I'm just giving them alternative of choices. It's actually a sales tactic that I'm sharing with you right now. And this can be used in a lot of your daily life. If you like this tip, please make sure you're following on any podcast platform or subscribing on YouTube, and leave a comment if you like this tip. Good news, me and my signing agent friends are going to be doing one-on-one notary coaching with you. That's right. We're going to rotate. One of us coaches every week will be on a Zoom call. We're going to answer all of your questions. Then throughout the week, you can send us messages. We'll respond and answer all your questions that you might have. And then at the end of the week, a new coach will come on and give you coaching. This is going to be revolutionary. If you're interested, go to the show notes and click on my one-on-one notary coaching link, and I'll see you there. Alternative of choice is what we're calling this. I'm only giving them two choices. This works with anything in life. I use this with my wife. Honey, do you want to get sushi tonight? Or do you want to get steak tonight? I'm not saying, where do you want to go eat tonight? What are you in the mood for tonight? Do you want sushi or do you want steak? That's alternative choice. When my kid is screaming they want something, I'm like, listen, you can have this, or when they be healthy, you can have an apple, or you can have an orange. Which do you prefer? Either one, they're getting a healthy alternative than candy, right? They're getting a healthy alternative no matter what. But I'm not offering candy as an option. I'm just saying, do you want apples or do you want oranges for your snack? It's an alternative of choice. This is a sales technique, okay? And this can be used in a lot of different aspects, like I'm saying, but this is what I do with my clients, especially if I'm going to be double booked. I'm just giving them alternative choice, the signers, or even my clients. In fact, yeah, do you want me to call them and find out what's better for them? I'll be more than happy to do that. Yeah, could you please? Yeah, send me the details. Give me their name, their number, the address. I'll give them a call. I'll tell them exactly what time I'll be there. So this is what I do if I'm double booked. Or let's just say like I have a few. I have a 6 o'clock, a 7 o'clock, and 8 o'clock. And they're like, hey, they got a small window. They're only available at 6 o'clock. Shoot, well, I can't do that then. If they're only available at 6, I have a 6, 7, and 8. I'm sure they don't want to get together at 9 probably then if they have a small window. So this is where I'm collabing with some of my notaries. Now, I run a signing service, but I'm just saying, let's just say I don't. I'm just a signing agent and I'm marketing direct, or I'm working with signing services and some of them call me direct. Like, I'm so sorry. I am not available. I just can't do this one right now. But I have a notary friend who I think will I trust them. They'll do a fantastic job just like if it was me. Now, listen, they're not as good as me, but they're going to be the second best. I know I'm the best, right? Because I'm not trying to pass off another notary to my clients at the same time. Listen, I know they're not me. They're not the best. As you know, there's another sales tactic. As you know, I'm the best, but this is the second best, okay? And so you want me to find out if they're available? In fact, before I would even do that, I would even send a message. Hey, would you be available Monday at 6 for a closing? And if they message me back, yeah, I'm available. All right, great. Hey, you know what? I'm not available. I'm so sorry I'm not available. But listen, I know someone who's really good. Now, don't get me wrong. I know I'm the best. I know you want me because I am the best. But you know what? They're probably the second best. And I trust them. I think they're going to do a really good job, just like I would do. They're available Monday at 6. Do you want them to do it for you? All right, great. Here's their email address, or here's their phone number, or I'll tell them to call you, or you can send me the email and I'll copy you both on it. That way, I'll copy both of you on the response. That way, you can just send the documents to them. So I'm offering alternatives. I'm offering collaborations with other notaries. I'm offering to do some of the steps. I'll call the borrowers. Email me, I'll put you all in the loop together in the email. That way you're getting the best service. You know how much value you are bringing with these examples I'm giving? You're giving tons and tons of value. Even though you won't be doing the job possibly, you're still bringing a ton of value, and that's what we are. We are in the service industry. We bring value. We make other people's jobs easier. We make the title company's job easier, the lender's job easier, the real estate agent's office job easier. That's what we do. We provide lots of service. A peak signing agent brings a ton of value and service. And that will put you at the top of everyone's list. Who doesn't want to work with somebody that's like that? What I'm sharing with you is what made me a peak signing agent, which made me have I can't even tell you how many directs I have. I can't tell you. I have dozens and dozens of escrow officers that I work with directly. Dozens. I don't even know how many. There's a lot. And it's because I bring such great value. The biggest compliment that I receive from my escrow officers, from their assistants, from their loan officers was, wow, you're the best. You guys, your team is the best. That's the best compliment they could ever give me. And I know it's just something they're saying to me, but it means the world to me. My job is to provide the best service to my clients. Is that what you're trying to do? Are you trying to provide the best service to everyone? Or are you just worried about yourself? Are you just worried about you getting money? I get it. We have to pay the bills. We have to eat. We have to survive. But we also have to bring great service. Money flows to those who bring value, not take away. All right. I hope this helps. I hope you implement this in your life, whether it's for business or for personal use with your kids or your significant other, whatever it is in life. I hope you can use that. Don't do it in inappropriate ways. Do it in a ways to get solutions. Okay. All right. Thanks again for tuning in. We'll bring another episode to you next week per usual. And in case you're wondering, in case you're following my journey, I am feeling fantastic. I am feeling better than I've ever felt, to be honest with you. I feel great. And a lot of people have shared a lot of love with me. If you know what I'm talking about, go to episode 99 and watch to the end. But I see all the messages. I appreciate everyone. I really do. It means a lot to me. And I'll catch you on the next episode. Keep being awesome.